Hey, what's up you guys? This is MCLegoboy here with a little mini series of reviews. Ever since we got the 20th anniversary set images, I've been a little disappointed and I wanted to review the original sets that they're all based off of, since they're all just remakes. And within the reviews I'll talk about each one, what comes with the new version, and how it's kind of changed and why it was chosen, stuff like that. But we're only going to be focusing on the old stuff. So now let's move on to this week's review. So for our first review, we're going to be going in order of the set numbers for these 20th anniversary sets. And the first one that's out is actually the one that is the biggest of them, which is 75243, the Slave 1 20th anniversary edition. And that was originally by back in 2000 as 7144 Slave 1. So this is what it originally looked like. This is what the original Slave 1 looked like. No clear pieces included, of course. This is just to make it stand and look prettier. But only came with two minifigures, Boba Fett, and a thing that's not even really a minifigure, Han and Carbonite. So let's talk about Han and Carbonite first. This thing is just... oh man, this takes you back. If you ever got one of these things, this should take you back. 'Cause man, what a trip. I mean, let's even put up a Han Solo next to it. It is as tall as a minifigure, but it cannot fit a minifigure because the arms stick out on the side and the head's too fat. Just so funny. So funny. But I love it. And then you got Boba Fett. This was the first version of Boba Fett, and I was always okay with the helmet jetpack combo. I was disappointed that you could never move the head, and that's why I really like the new Mandalorian helmet design. But yeah, just a plain black head underneath, gray on the torso, on the back, because, hey look, you don't need printing on the back of something if there's something covering the back. And then a gun. I noticed that in the little display stand things of the old original minifigures that had guns, that they added this little stud on there. That wasn't really a common thing until, what, 2001? So yeah, even in 2000, this is what was going on. So yeah, these two minifigures and this ship, it was originally $20 back in the day, 166 pieces. Not bad, could be a little better, but I think, you know, you gotta pay for the mold and all the printing that goes on this guy. You've got these two fairly large pieces here, which are, I think, relatively new? No? I don't know. And then there is a few big plates in there, but, you know, for the most part, nothing too crazy. As you can see, the wings kind of flop about, a little silly. And there was no rotating seat, so when it came to putting a minifigure in, you just set them down like that. Although the gun gets in the way. Whoop. That is one bad thing about the mold. It's not very secure inside, so like if you want to pick up the minifigure and he's stuck on here, then yeah. Whoop. So there you go, you got Boba Fett is in there, and I can just turn this any direction I want. Finger hinges, of course, they're the best. There will never be anything better than the finger hinge. I don't care what you say. Oh man, I did too good of a job building this. There we go. And, oh yeah, there's also these two crazy brown pieces. Oh, still on there. Alright, let's just go along here, like this. There we go. These big brown pieces, so, I don't know, that might attribute a little bit to the cost. I mean, 166 pieces, 20 bucks. Back in the day of 2000, not the best, but you know. Used to tell you what the name of the minifigure was in the instructions, and then it showed clips from the movie. Of course, this is from the special edition of A New Hope. Gross. But then Cloud City, more Cloud City. All the scenes with Boba Fett being seen in there. So yeah, man. Taking off from Cloud City, and then Return of the Jedi. More Return of the Jedi. Hey, look at that. Let's put that back there like that. How do you guys like that stand that I made? Got our guns. They can pivot, of course. And then our only other function is storing the carbonite inside, like that. And it also works as a place to store the gun if you do it right. And I think I did it right. So there you go. Nice and simple. Nothing too crazy. Ultimately, I mean, like, colors are wrong and things like that, but I don't really mind, because it's the slave one. I can tell that it's the slave one. It gets the point across. These things, they're a little flimsy on there, but you know. No, get back in there. But you know, it works, gets the point across. It's fun. Now, as for the revamp, of course, like, they've made the slave one in the larger style that was used for Jango Fett back in 2003. They made the Boba Fett version in 2006. They made another version in 2010, which I have. I don't think they made another version of it that was like normal playset. You had the Ultimate Collector's version. What was that, 2013? Something like that? I don't know. I don't care. Then you had the one that came in Cloud City recently, which is actually really cool. I like that one. I don't own it, but I like the idea of it being in a smaller scale and being something that you could hold in your hands. Come on. But now they've got another version of the Slave One under Boba Fett's care. And the most enticing thing about it is that it comes with Zuckuss. That is the thing that, like, makes me want the set the most. Also, the set looks really good. They've got those new angled wedge pieces on it. Man, that looks so good. They've kind of finally got the shape fully correct, and it looks really nice. So it'll be a hard one to pass up. But because Zuckuss has a head mold now, although it's not uncommon for some people to show up and then never get another minifigure again, I have a feeling that since we have that head mold now, it's only a matter of time before he shows up in another set. Like, say they revamp the Super Star Destroyer, you know, another set that I missed out on. You stick him in there, and I'll be happy. And you know, it comes with the so-called classic version of Leia, I've got the classic version of Leia from the Millennium Falcon, so I have no reason to get that set. And, you know, it's still not even really the classic one because the brown is going to be the wrong color. So, you know. So, ultimately, like, as good as it is, I'm not all that interested. Although, on the Star Wars show, they had the guy that helped design the set. And it looked amazing because there's a handle on the back that pops out so you can hold it. So it took them 20 years to figure out how to make that thing like able to be held, because oh my gosh, this is one of the hardest ships to hold in your hands, except for in this scale or a smaller scale. Like, this is easy to hold, nice and simple. Woo. You get any of the bigger versions, oh my gosh, it's so hard to hold because like the ship, it just doesn't lend itself very well to being held. So it'll be a hard one to pass up, but at the same time, it's only 1,007 pieces, and it's $120. Ouch. All right, like you're missing about 200 pieces to make it really more worthwhile. And you know, there's still people complaining about the mold isn't right for the Han and Carbonite. There's all sorts of little things that you can complain about, but you know, it's still something that's going to be hard to pass up. But it's also one of those things to where if I buy that and it comes with the special figure, the special Leia with the 20th anniversary thing on the back, that thing also doesn't really bug me. I'm fine with it. You know, I don't really care. But, like, because it would have that one thing, then I would be compelled to buy the others just to have a complete set of the little collectible stuff laid out. But when you own all the original figures that it's based off of, what's the point? So I mean, you know, I really want Zuckuss, but I'm not somebody that buys minifigures off of Bricklink, because I fully believe in, like, ownership of a set. Like, ownership of a minifigure means that you have to own the set that it came from. And for me, owning a set means you need to have all the pieces to the set, all the minifigures, and the instructions. Box, I can do without a box. But you need to have all the pieces. I don't need extra pieces. I just need all the pieces to build the set. I need all the pieces for minifigures. I need the instructions. That's it. So I can't just have a minifigure of Zuckuss. It goes against my principles. So hopefully one day they do make a little scene for whatchamacallit, from Robot Chicken, where you just got Zuckuss and Forlom on a phone, except, you know, Zuckuss and Forlom are in here. Or I guess it's Forlom and Zuckuss. That rolls better. Whatever. Cares. Whatever. Oh my gosh. I'm rambling again. But, you know, this is what you walked into when you clicked on this video. By the way, I've already done, like, a nice review of the Slave one. So, I'm really just padding the runtime. I'm wasting so much time just spouting information. That is all I really have to say about 7144 Slave 1 and 75243 Slave 1 20th Anniversary Edition. See you guys.